Hi everybody, this is Jen from Scrap and Posh, and I am here with an Artistic Studio Creation Design Team project. And I am going to be using the Garden Goddess collection from G45, and these are still available in the shop. So hurry on over there and get you some. She has a lot of G45 collections if you are like me and are a G45 fan. I'm using 12 by 12 coordinations, Doris cardstock, and this is in vanilla cream, and I think she has this kind of cardstock, but I'm not sure if she has that color. I got medium weight chipboard, and I'm going to use some scraps. This is what I keep my scraps in. Let's see what we got here, and we'll just use it. This one's 5 1/4, so let's go for it. Let's make it, what's a good size? Let's do 5 1/4 by, let's do 5 1/4 by 4 1/4 with a 2-inch spine. Whoops. I did that wrong. There we go. I still have enough. Okay, and then the spine, if you use all one piece, then it's all going to be the same height. It's a bonus to making a smaller album. Okay, now the cardstock. It won't cooperate. There we go. Yeah, I think it's all gonna fit on one. Woohoo! That's awesome. I am going to use the 6 by 6, but there's only 5 6 by 6s in here. They want you to use it for like die cuts and stuff, and then you can put like, it's double-sided, so you can like use one side to, you know, stick to, and then, excuse me, put the other side to like glitter or anything, something like that. I'm not going to do that. But it's just going to fit. I'm not going to use the 6 by 6 on this part. First, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's cut this down to 6 1/2. For covers, I just use regular tape because, for this side, because all we're doing with that side is kind of holding the paper to it, if you know what I mean. Because it's really going to be stuck on when I do this part. That's what sticks it. If you use 1/4-inch score tape between your spine and your covers, it'll give you the dimension that you need so that your cover doesn't rip. It gives you the right spacing. Okay, now the part that really needs to stick is the outside here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull these off because it's easier to pull them off now than to wait. Never be discouraged by mini albums. And I'll tell you why. Because even if you're new, it's just like anything else. It's practice makes perfect. Once you do 10, 20, 30, it's a no-brainer. And you always start by using somebody else's designs. And then once you do so many of them, you come up with your own ideas. And I'm going to show you, and if you haven't seen, you know, past videos of mine, definitely look them up because it shows you that you can pretty much make a pocket out of anything. Make a flap out of anything. It's like all you need is the idea of where you want the pocket and the flap. Okay, basic cover, almost done. I use the cover itself to give myself straight creases. And then there's different ways of doing this. I just cut it at a 45. You leave about an 1/8 inch or so there, so that you don't see your chipboard. Other people do like a little square. That's fine. However you want to do it, whatever is easier for you. Now you just pull the score tape off. And you fold it over. Boom, cover. Super easy. The only thing that makes this any harder is if your covers are too long. If they're bigger than 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and 2 inches, you're not going to have enough with one page. Then you have to glue 2 pieces of paper together to do it. Not a big deal. And I do that in almost every time because I usually make 6x8. 6x8s are my favorite size album to make. Yeah. So now let's talk about hinges. I typically use the hidden hinge, but you don't have to. There are different hinges to use. There's the stack the deck hinge. I know there's some new like collapsible hinges that people have out, which are pretty cool. Okay, this is the leftover from the cover, and this is 5 1/4, so I'm going to cut this down to 5 inches and leave it at 12. So I only had to cut a 1/2 inch off. And that's going to give me an 1/8 inch at the top and bottom. Now, scoreboards are helpful here, but it's not impossible to do it without a scoreboard. Because sorry, loud noise. Because I nearly always make 2-inch spines. And I nearly always use the hidden hinge. I have marked my scoreboard with the correct measurements. If you look really close, my 1 has a little pink dot on it. My 1 1/2, my 2, and my 2 1/4. And every place that I need to make a score has a little red dot on it. So once you find what you like doing, make it easier on yourself. So I'm going to score this at 1, 1.5, 2, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, 5 3/4, 6, 6.5, 7, 7 1/4, 7 3/4, 8 1/4, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 9 3/4, 10 1/4, and finally 10 3/4. And there we go. Ta-da! Super easy. The easier it is, the more likely you will be to use it, to do it. Okay, now on every other 1/2 inch piece, put a piece of 1/4 inch score tape. This is where your hinges are going to like sandwich together. Go. Now, what I like to do is flip it over, and on my 1/2 inch pieces, just pull those up in the center. Without removing the back of the score tape yet. We're giving it like some memory, like this is what we want it to do. So that you're not fighting with it when you do have your score tape off. Okay. Now take your score tape off and stick it to the 1/2 inch piece next to it. Stick it to his friend, right? Okay, and just kind of, I like taking my Tim Holtz scissors and giving each page like, it's probably about a 60-degree cut, snip. And this allows the pages to slide onto the hinges. Okay, and then this is the part I'm excited about. I'm going to take my 6x6 score tape. I'm going to sneeze, you guys. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to take my 6x6 score tape, and this should be about 2 inches, 3, 4 inches by 5. So I'm going to take my 6x6 and I'm going to cut it to 4x5, and I don't want to screw up my trimmer. So let's see, I'm going to use my cutting board as a guide. I'm going to start here where the actual score tape is. 1, 2, 3, 4. By, turn it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, that's a little crooked, but that's okay. We're going to keep that because we are not throwing any score tape away. It's too expensive. And this whole thing is going to stick on here. I'm so excited. I don't have to piece together 8 million pieces of score tape. I'm just going to let, ooh, it's a little big. That's okay. I'm going to line it up. We'll just trim it off afterwards. Right there. And it's a little crooked, but that's okay. Just make sure it's flat. So I'm going to take my, there we go. I don't want any score tape sticking up. Like, it'll never come off. Well, it will. It's just, okay. And then, look at this, you guys. Oh, I'm loving this right now. This is insanely awesome. I'm at 16 minutes, you guys. I just did a cover and a hinge in 17 minutes. Look at that. I love the 6x6 score tape. How easy. I'm going to get a whole roll. Excuse my head. I'm trying to make it straight. Look at that. One stick. One stick. That's it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Best thing in the world. Big score tape. Oh, that's okay. It'll cover it. Did I put my hinge on crooked? It's not too bad. Done that before, right? This crease will be covered. I'm not worried about it. Look at that. Hinge, cover, the whole shebang in less than 20 minutes. That's the hardest part right there. Cool, you guys. Okay, so the next thing we do to prepare our cover is add score tape to both sides of each of the hinges. And if I didn't mention it before, these are 8 pages. Okay, so let's make base pages. Anyways, let's go. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's put this backwards. 4 inches won't leave very much, but if you go under 4 inches, you kind of, you're kind of using up all the space. So let's go ahead and do a 5x4 inch page. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take, so each piece of 12x12 cardstock will yield you 3 pages. So we'll get 3 pieces of cardstock, and you'll have a big, or you'll have a 4 inch like leftover. You're going to cut these into 4-inch strips. Oh, I better just do 2 at a time. Whoops. Okay, so now we got 4 by 12-inch strips, and we're going to cut these down to, let's see, we need 5, that's 10. We need 10.5. So we're going to cut off 1.5 inches on each one of these. I have the Caterpillar, and a lot of people don't like the Caterpillar. Like, I've seen people like, oh, what a waste of money. I love the Caterpillar. Like, never have to buy blades again. Count me in. But you can cut 2 pieces of cardstock. It's a 60-pound cardstock. Yeah, 65-pound cardstock. No problem. No problem. Alright. Get my scoreboard back out. We're going to score these at 5 and 10. I got too much stuff on my desk. If I put stuff away as I went, this wouldn't happen. Oh, I'm so happy to be crafting again. Yay. Like mini albums. Like, I did the mixed media stuff, but mini albums are my passion. I like junk journals too, but I still just don't like them as much as I do mini albums. I like the outcome. I don't know. It's good to do something different every once in a while, right? I wonder if I can score 2 pieces at a time. We're gonna try it. That'll work. Not really. Oh, let's see what else. Junk journals are awesome. But I like the sewn junk journals, and I'm not good at sewing. Like, I had a swap partner. And she sent me a junk journal, and it was like the straightest sewing ever. And I'm like, oh, I am going to be, oops. I'm going to be so embarrassed if I send her a junk journal. So I asked her, I was like, I'm not really good at junk journals. Or I said, I'm better at mini albums. I've been doing them longer. I said, I'll give you a junk journal if you want, but yeah, I'm just not as good at them. And she said, do whatever you want, whatever you're best at. I was like, yay. Which reminds me, I need to finish that. Oh, okay, so anyways, I scored all 8 of these at 5 and 10. Or, yeah, 5 and 10. And then put score tape on the 1/2 inch piece. And I obviously scored this crooked because it is not folding right. Fixed. Okay. You do this 8 times because this slides right over this hinge, hence the hidden hinge. Kathy Orta, now Kathy King, designed this hinge and lets us all use it. Thank you very much, Kathy. From Paper Phenomenon. She is phenomenal. Let's go ahead and put the pages in, just because I like doing different things, I guess, while I'm doing this. So, originally this was going to be a tag album. I think I changed my mind. I just want this to be a little cute album, I think. That's really strange that folded like that. Oh well. And moment of truth when you can tell your spine is in horribly crooked. Do you see this? You see how my page is off the bottom here? I mean, it's still in, but it's crooked. My daughter's school, and they have this amazing high school drama club. It's a club association. Anyways, they just did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I've never seen it before. But they do such a good job, and I've got the song stuck in my head. So if you hear me humming, singing, you know why. All of these are horribly crooked. I did not do a good job. You know, I do this all the time. I put the spines in crooked all the time because I'll tell you what, it only takes a 1/16 of an inch off up here to be an 1/8 inch off down here, and that's all you got is 1/8 inch top and bottom. I think from now on I'm gonna mark the top to keep my hinges straight. I just do it too often. Too often. Now all I have to do is remember that I'm going to mark the top. Because that, on the other hand, is not easy. Like, I so wanted to put a closure on this before I put the hinge or the spine in, or no, the hinge in. I forgot. I mean, I can still do it, just not behind the spine like I wanted to. I was just thinking about it too. Like, it wasn't any more than 5 minutes from the time that I thought about it, from the time I forgot.
I'm getting old, guys, getting old. The other thing I noticed is I'm turning dyslexic. I try and play like Words with Friends and stuff to keep my mind... Oh, I forgot to put a piece of tape on that. To keep my mind active. Hey, any of you guys play Words with Friends? I am scrapping Posh on Words with Friends. We can play. Don't make fun of me because I don't know big words. Oh, let's see. More rambling to be done, I'm sure. Okay, let's see here. There's our base pages. Okay, so I stuck some stuff on here and it was completely crooked and I didn't like it, so yeah, I took it off. Now, I found this ribbon that I really like and I think it goes perfect with this collection. I got this from a rack. Thank you, Connie. And I'm just going to shear this off as straight as possible. Now this ribbon tends to fray, so you can use glue. I am going to just melt it there a little bit. That should be good. It doesn't smell very good, but it'll work. Okay. Now, this we're going to put right under the cover. If I was thinking, I would have put it on the inside, but it matches very well, so I'm not horribly concerned about it. So I'm going to take my score tape, I think. What I'm doing is just getting it even out here. And I'm going to mark it. That's where I'm going to put my adhesive. There we go. One mark there. And one mark here. Okay, good enough. Ooh, I hit my head. Okay. Now I'll use some 1/2 inch down the middle and then 1/4 inch down the sides. And then I will also reinforce the very like here, we'll go straight down with the 1/4 inch so that it doesn't rip the paper. I'm not going to put it on the sheer part, I don't think, because, well, maybe I will. I don't know. The score tape is white, so it's going to show up, but not a lot of it's showing, so I don't know that it matters. Let's go ahead and do it, just so it stays on. This part here. It's a bit long. It's okay. Cut that off. Stick it right there. And we'll do this side. Now I did go through and did some fussy cutting, and I'm not sure which ones we'll be using yet, but I think I want to make a 6x8 album out of the same collection. So, you know what? Score tape is not white. What was I thinking? It's clear. How many times have I used score tape? And I just now noticed that it's not white. Jeez. Not thinking. Oh, that piece is white because the peel. Here and turn the camera on, and all of a sudden I have a frog in my throat. I don't get it. I can talk to somebody else all day long. Maybe it's because I don't notice it. This isn't coming off. Because it's underneath the other tape. That's why. There we go. So I went to see Isn't It Romantic with Liam Hemsworth, and I can't remember what is it Marnie Wilson? Oh, flippin' hilarious. I loved it. And Liam Hemsworth is a total babe. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to go right here on this 2-inch spine. That's how I know what the middle is. And then I'll pull this up, goes over this way. I got too much tape on it. I'll pull this up and go in this way. Okay. I need to move it over. And it's stuck. I obviously did not put the tape in the middle. Okay, here. Line that up. That should be better. Line this side up with the tape. There we go. And it is. The tape goes right to the edge. Perfect. Alright, I really like that. Okay, well let's decorate the front and back. And should we make it? What should we make it? Should we make it like plain on the front and back, or should we put like one of the cut aparts? Or should I use one of the fussy cuts I did? Her little clock hands don't fit, but she does. Or we. Okay, and I always like to like try it on before I glue it down. Here, I like that. I'm going to use score tape along this edge here to reinforce the paper there where the ribbon is. And then the rest we can use ATG is fine. If my ATG gun didn't freak out. I'll just do, try and get this one down, and I'll go check on them. Okay, take just this corner, and I did not get tape in the very corner, so let's get that. And again, the score tape goes along this side.